Today we are in Jurien Bay. We are repeating some old surveys that were done 20, 30 years ago. We've seen a lot of change in many regions of the Great Southern Reef, and it is really important that we try and maintain these long-term time series, because that is really the only way that we can know the state of the reef and how it is changing. The Great Southern Reef is one of the most species-rich areas in the world for both seaweeds and reef fishes. So it takes a lot of effort to recognize and count all of these different species. It is absolutely critical that the biologists that are working on understanding the Great Southern Reef have a first-hand feel with what the reef is. I grew up close to the water. I was connected with nature through the water. Getting in there and seeing what is actually going on is absolutely critical. Some things just cannot be done from robots or from cameras or from space. We need to see the behavior of the species. We need to find the little things that are hiding in cracks and crevices. And all of this can only be done using fieldwork, getting divers in the water, getting a feel for what's going on there. It is easy to get mesmerized by the many differences, but focusing on the similarities, all of the things that bind the system together as one, really gives us a much greater holistic view of the system, what the system supports in a greater sense. Unfortunately, the Great Southern Reef has been damaged in many places. We've lost vast amounts of kelp forests due to marine heat waves, due to general background warming, due to coastal pollution. The GSR research partnership really is a unique opportunity for getting some consistent information across the Great Southern Reef. It's one of the first times that marine scientists along the south coast have gotten together to form a united front to try and understand the Great Southern Reef and this amazing interconnected marine ecosystem. Participating in it from the western corner, I really hope that we are able to connect with colleagues to highlight to everyone how connected and how similar the system is across these many thousand kilometers of coastline. There's a lot of activity at the moment trying to understand how we can best bring back these kelp forests. So there's a lot of restoration projects going on. These approaches are very valuable in terms of our capacity to restore kelp forests. We are decades behind most other marine ecosystems such as seagrass meadows or mangroves. It is getting really clear, however, that it is impossible to restore kelp forests at the scales that they are currently being lost. There really is no substitute for protecting the kelp forest and avoiding the loss in the first place.